Hey, welcome back to the Disturbing Illusion channel. I'm going to continue with part 2. A lot of you requested that I continue on with this 60-minute interview with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Another thing was, yesterday when I did my first video, I was calling her MJT. Don't you know that's Marjorie John Trump? Honestly, though, I just made a mistake. It was a long day. I was really tired, and I said a lot of stupid things, even put MJT in the title, so I appreciate you guys checking me on that. As for YouTube, they put a copyright restriction on it, which I had to appeal, so the video wasn't being monetized all through the night. They accepted my appeal because this is fair use. I'm substantially transforming this content, so there's that. Let's go ahead and get into this and make some comments along the way. This is a continuation from where we left off. I just backed it up about 15 seconds.
He has served Israel's interest, even attacking Iran.
But he was serving, keep in mind, he was serving Israel's interest as Marjorie Taylor Greene was backing him. So this is nothing new. This is something Trump has always done. One of his biggest financial donors was Sheldon and Miriam Adelson to the tune of $140 million. Marjorie Taylor Greene knew that, and she continued to support him and continued to get her constituency of millions of people to support him. So what's the big change here?
He has served Big Pharma. He didn't take away the COVID vaccines that we want to see taken away.
But you knew that also getting into it as you walked behind the podium with Donald Trump behind you, telling your rah, 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 zis, boom, bah people to support the best president in the United States. Remember that, Marge?
So those are the areas that are still getting everything they want, while the people, we're still out here saying we want to see action on areas for the American people, not for the major industries and the big donors.
Greene has built her reputation on feisty combat and inflammatory insults. Like calling President Joe Biden a liar during...
Which is true. Joe Biden was and is a liar. So is Kamala. So is every politician, including Marjorie Taylor Greene.
The 2023 State of the Union. It's been 5 years of almost constant drama.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing. Hold on.
With her adding fuel to the nation's loss of civility. Then, 3 weeks ago, she went on CNN with a surprise, a mea culpa.
And I would like to say humbly, I'm sorry for taking part in the toxic politics.
But it became clear.
Is there another politics? Is there a non-toxic form? New and improved non-toxic politics. Is there even such a thing? All politics is toxic. And I will not stop reminding people that politics is now and always has been and always will be the clever and deceptive art. It's a deceptive art of using lies, emotionalism, fear-mongering, and massive deception to deceive people like you and me into accepting and even demanding the chains of our own enslavement. There is only one brand of politics. It's all toxic. Marjorie Taylor Greene was a part of it. She's still a part of it right now for the next couple months. And nothing has changed on that front, and nothing will ever change. Don't expect it. Don't wait for it. It's not going to happen.
Clear to us that she hasn't entirely lost her appetite for combat.
It's the most toxic political culture, and it's not helping the American people.
But you contributed to that. You were out there pounding, insulting people.
Leslie, you've contributed to it as well with your own program. Yes, you're accusatory, just like you did just then.
I know you're accusing me, but I'm smiling.
You're accusing me.
I am accusing you.
But we don't have to accuse one another.
I want you to respond.
This is such an immature response. It was actually rightly pointed out. You contributed to this culture. Whatever you think about 60 Minutes, you and I could have said the same thing. You contributed to the culture. You contributed to the culture that called everybody who mildly criticized Donald Trump suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. And now Donald Trump and his ilk are accusing you, Marjorie Taylor Greene, of suffering from Trump derangement syndrome and taking the side of the Democrats. Lesley Stahl's right. MTG contributed greatly to the political dog and pony show under the big top of politics. And what does Marge do? She deflects. But you did it too. What about you, Lesley? Yeah, well, let's talk about mainstream media for a second. That's why I call it fake stream, CIA infiltrated, Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra media. The reason politics can thrive and survive is because of corporate media. But that doesn't neuter the assertion launched toward Marge. She is guilty of it and is still guilty of it and won't face the music. That shows me she's not willing to be honest. She's not willing to be transparent, and she is not correctable.
To what you have done in terms of insulting people, yelling at people, and then saying,
I'd like for you to respond for that.
I don't-
No, you can respond
I
to that.
don't insult people.
You do, in the way you question, and you're accusing me right now.
one
It's a journalist's job to question, and I am by no means calling any representative, any prostitute for fake stream media a journalist. But it's understood, including by Marjorie Taylor Greene and people like her, that this is supposed to be an interview by a journalist who asks questions, makes assertions, and leaves it to the interviewee to answer those questions or defend themselves, not to launch the same criticism at somebody who may also be guilty.
thing she did want to talk about, Congress's failure to pass spending bills, meaning that she has found it hard to get funds for projects in her district.
It's an utter failure, not just to the people in my district, but every district across the country.
We met Green, 51, in her district in Georgia. Before Congress, she ran her family's construction company, then opened up her own CrossFit gym.
Affordability is a real issue.
President says it's not. Says it's a hoax, affordability.
It's one of the top issues, not only in my district, it's across the country.
The
The guy you supported says that the thing that all Americans are suffering with right now, if you're not a millionaire, a multimillionaire, or a billionaire, all these people are suffering from something that Trump says, that ain't happening. Groceries. You ever heard of the term? It's a new term that I coined. Groceries. Groceries are going down. Wait, that was Anthony Fauci. Groceries are going down. Don't you understand that? Safe and effective. Donald Trump's like, groceries. Don't you understand? Groceries are going down. Gas is going down. And let's also not forget that Marjorie Taylor Greene's net worth has increased from $700,000 to over $25 million since 2021. And a lot of that came from over 450 stock trades since 2021. I don't know what that tells you, but it kind of hints to me that there might be some insider trading involved in that. So she was part of and is still part of the machine that's impoverishing Americans.
of health insurance caused Green to side with the Democrats during the government shutdown to support extending health care subsidies.
Did you ever imagine that you would be standing with the Democrats on the Epstein files and on health care subsidies?
No, I never imagined that.
She's not afraid to be an outlier. She's the only Republican member of Congress to call the war in Gaza a genocide. And
Why did you vote against the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act?
And by the way, it is a genocide. You can't call it anything other than what it is, a genocide.
Since I've been a member of Congress, we've had several resolutions that constantly denounce anti-Semitism. I've already voted denouncing anti-Semitism many times before. It becomes an exercise that they force on Congress, and I simply got tired of it.
Is there no value in having the United States Congress reaffirm the fact that they denounce anti-Semitism in the face of a growing issue, a growing problem?
We don't have
The
to.
world leader in mass murder, the United States government, cares about what you say and who you like and who you dislike. And they want you to disavow all forms of anti-Semitism. Now, if you'll excuse me, we're going to give another $3.9 billion to Israel. What a crazy world.
To get on our knees and say it over and over again when we
Get on our
already
knees?
Yes, we do not have to get on our knees.
Well, most members of Congress disagree with you.
Well, most members of Congress take donations from AIPAC, and I don't.
AIPAC is an American pro-Israel lobbying group. Green's perspective indicates a growing rift within MAGA over support for Israel.
Are you MAGA?
I am America first.
And that's not the same as MAGA.
MAGA is President Trump's phrase. That's his.
If you were America first, and I don't apologize for beating this dead horse, but if you were truly America first, wouldn't you have signed on to an abolish the IRS bill, abolish the income tax, abolish all property taxes, Americans will be free, abolish all gun laws that infringe on the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms, which is not supposed to be infringed? Wouldn't you be for those things if you were truly America first?
His political policies. I call myself America first.
But you're not saying you're MAGA.
I'm America first. Yep. God bless you, President Trump. Thank
Almost overnight, she's gone from a close Trump friend to foe.
What a frickin' hypocritical circus. And the clowns at this point are just looking for new things to juggle. And that's how this works. And that's how the deception grows. Create more factions within more political subsets and get the Americans even more confused so they can continue to go to those gymnasiums so that they can cast their vote, ensuring that they'll stay as slaves on the plantation, voting for the chains of their own oppression.
The few Republicans willing to take him on.
I'm going to ask you about this almost solid support he has among Republicans in Congress. Is there in that support fear? Does the support come about because they're afraid that they'll get death threats?
I think they're terrified to step out of line and get a nasty Truth Social post on them. Yes.
Well, just like you were for a long period of time. So what are these politicians ruled by? Money, power, prestige, and fear. This doesn't have anything to do with freedom or representing the American people so that we can all have a better, more prosperous life. There's no ground in Congress. There's no ground in the Senate. There's no ground in Washington's District of Criminals from which to operate on the foundation of principle and doing what is right and condemning that which is wrong, because Washington, D.C. is built on everything that is wrong, namely the fiat currency petrodollar Ponzi scheme from the Zio International Banking Cartel, otherwise known as the Federal Reserve.
And they're watching what happened to you.
Yes.
Behind the scenes, do they talk differently?
Yes.
How?
Oh, it would shock people.
Well, let's shock people.
Okay. I watched many of my colleagues go from making fun of him, making fun of how he talks, making fun of me constantly for supporting him, to when he won the primary in 2024, they all started, excuse my language, Leslie, kissing his ass and decided to put on a MAGA hat for the first time.
Oh, kind of like Tucker Carlson did when it was revealed through his private emails that he hated Trump while on the camera he was supporting Trump when he was working for Fox News.
Let's break it down real simple.
This past week, when we saw Green at a public hearing in her district without a MAGA hat, it didn't appear that her break from President Trump and MAGA has cost her popularity.
People want to know, is this a true conversion, a true change of heart, or is it kind of a shrewd political calculation? A lot of people think you're doing it and that you, in a year or so, are going to run for some other office.
I have zero plans, zero desire to run for president. I would hate the Senate. I'm not running for governor. But Leslie, it doesn't matter how many times I say it. I'll have face-to-face conversations with people, and I'll flat out tell them to their face, and they won't believe me. And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. And they wink at me, and I'm like, okay. It's just like, I don't know how to make it more clear.
You mean you just jumped off the cliff and you don't know where you're going to swim to?
Surprise, surprise, I'm not your politician with a whole itinerary of plans or political ambitions.
Just like a broken clock is right twice a day, Marjorie Taylor Greene is right about the Epstein files. She's right about Israel's support. She's right about AIPAC's influence over Congress. She's right about some of these things that she's saying, but she's still a politician and she's still playing the political game. And until you withdraw from the cult of personality, you will not and cannot see it, because your critical thinking has been destroyed by politics. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. We are 100% listener supported. All those links, the Cash App link, buy me a coffee if you want to grab a shirt, become a channel member. But more importantly, understand that the government is the armed, psychopathic, parasitic, narcissistic, criminal, violent gang you were afraid would take over in the absence of government. I will see you in the next video.